Hi guys, and welcome back. Today I'm going to make a video on how to check your tensioners in the engine. Very easily, you can do it at home. You don't have to be super duper mechanic. This is something that everybody that has a twin cam should do, because if you don't catch it in time, you can have a major engine damage, and it's a lot more costly if you wait too long. So let me show you how to do it, and I hope this will help you. Your cam chain tensioners are located underneath this cover. You don't have to drain the oil to take this cover off. So what we're gonna do is take the exhaust off first. On this motorcycle we have a what they call true dual exhaust, which is a lot easier to take off. Each individual exhaust, it stands by itself. So in this case I only need to take off the front exhaust. If your motorcycle still has the original dual exhaust, I'm going to try to make a video in the next time I have an opportunity on removing that type of exhaust, but hopefully you can find advice on YouTube how to do that. You're going to have to remove the floorboard because it's in the way of the exhaust coming out. You're going to start by taking the two bolts that hold the floorboard in place. Here's one and here's the other one. Next thing I'm going to do is move this rear mount for the floorboard down so it's out of the way of removing the exhaust. If you have a newer model, this is 2004, there's a bolt straight back and this whole bracket comes out easily. On this model, the bolt comes from the back, and usually it's okay just to move it a little bit out of the way and then move it back when you're putting the thing back together. Next, we're going to remove the two nuts that hold the flange on the front of the exhaust. It's a 1/2 inch socket on this side, and on the other side, it's hard to show right now, that one we're gonna do with the wrench. I just like to point to you guys that these nuts, because of the high heat that you got at the exhaust, a lot of times they're very rusted. These ones have been already replaced with stainless steel, so they're in good shape. But if your nuts over here are very rusty, I would recommend going to a hardware store and get them. There's a clamp right here in the middle. It goes from the transmission mount. You can see the clamp right here. So we're gonna remove it on this motorcycle because he's got aftermarket exhaust. He's got aftermarket clamp. If you have a stock exhaust, you want to remove this part of the heat shield, because once you get this clamp loose, you gotta use pliers and bend it open. Next, we're gonna move to the back of the pipe and remove these two bolts in the end that hold the muffler. So finally, we're getting to the point of this whole job, which is taking this cover off. I put a little drain thing under because there's going to be a little bit of oil coming out of here, but like I told you earlier, there is no need of draining oil out of the oil tank, because it's not going to be very much oil that is held in this cavity over here. Okay guys, so as you can see, it's not that difficult to get to this point, and this is the important. So to inspect this one, I use this little socket. You can use pliers also, and I just move this out of the way so I can look at it. And as you can see, this one is due to be changed. You see there's enough wear on it to change it now and don't have to worry about it for another. Okay, here's the rear tensioner. That one actually looks to be in very good condition. I don't really see the chain riding into the plastic like on the front one, so I would be pretty comfortable leaving this one alone. Here I have another example of a tensioner that's literally nothing left of it, and metal was already running on the chain. This came from one motorcycle. It had about 50,000 miles. So this is really what you don't want to see. Here you have a tensioner that it's worn way down past what it should be. You see the already piece of it broke off. That's the front one that you see here. And look how this one was completely gone. So to summarize this exact motorcycle, what I would recommend to the owner is replacing this tensioner because it's extremely easy to remove it, and leaving the rear one alone, because to replace the rear one you gotta take the top and apart so you can get the tension of the cams to pull this off. So I don't really see a whole lot of wear on the back. The front, it would still last him probably another 10,000 miles, but why not change it while I'm here? The cost of these tensioners is about $75 from the Harley dealer for each one. So the gasket is probably going to cost $5-6, and that's it. To put it back together is just a reversal. You're going to put the cover on, new gasket, exhaust, floorboard, and you're back together. So I recommend this to anyone that owns this generation of Harley Davidson, because the tensioners are the weak point of the motor. There is really nothing else that goes commonly wrong inside the engine except this, and when this goes wrong to the point like I showed you on the other worn down tensioners, you start having a lot more costly repair than it's necessary if you keep an eye on it. So thanks so much for watching. Hope this was helpful, and I'll see you in the next one.